Hi crafty cuties and welcome back. Today I'm going to share this retro Smashbook with you. I had a lot of fun making it, as I always have fun making my books, and this one is for sale. As always, that information is listed below, but maybe you're here just to see what the book looks like, or you want to get some ideas to make your own Smashbook. Let's get into it. So I used a paper pad from Michaels. I think it's so cute and I was just so excited to use it on a project. I used my cinch to bind it with this gold coil binding. This this coil is from Heidi Swap, and Joanne just started carrying this, so I'm so excited because otherwise I have to order it online. So this is a tag here that came in the paper collection, and I just added a little bit of Wink of Stella, so there's some sparkle, which you can't really see. I distressed it and added this little wood veneer, which I thought was perfect, and then I went ahead and sewed this button in to use as a little closure. And so you can see here on the back I used the same roller skating paper, and I punched a little hole here with a little brad, and that is where this embroidery string is connected. And then you can see here you can tighten it or keep it loose. Like, there's a lot of extra string here, so you will definitely be able to use that even when your book is like super fat, and that will just kind of hold everything in. So let's go through. I'm not going to pull everything out. As always, if someone purchases this, I want there to be some surprises. I filled this up with some cut-aparts and some journaling cards. I love this. This came from a cut-apart, and it was like October afternoon, and I don't remember the collection. You'll notice that I use a few miscellaneous things in my books. I like to mix and match. So this is just a little acetate that says smile, and then this first little page, I cut this thing out, I forget what it's called, and I used a brad so that it actually turns. It's just kind of a fun little element, and then you can also use it as a little tuck spot. I usually make my own journaling cards, so you'll probably notice that throughout. I added some tabs, as you can see too. There's 4 different tabs. There is some ink splatter, which I also used throughout the book. You'll see there's some pages that have like it's the Heidi Swap Color Shine. I did some splatters, I used some stencils, and I also did ink distressing. So lots of little tuck spots, lots of place to tuck things, and flaps, and little pockets like this. This one's like pretty big, so you'll be able to fit quite a bit in there. Here's some of that ink splatter, and you can see that I used a stencil as well. And then this is just a little tuck spot, but of course, you know, when you see these tuck spots in the book, you don't have to use them as a tuck spot. You could just place a photo here if you wanted, or you can do whatever you want. I think these tags are so fun, and they would be so perfect for any type of journaling. You could add photos to the back of them. Just a little library card on the back here. I don't usually do stuff to the backs of the pages, or if I do, I keep it pretty mild. This is a really fun retro looking paper, and it's on the back of a bag. So I always like to use bags as a tuck spot. And then of course you have your bag, so you can stick anything in there. This is just like a little plastic insert. You could put a photo or whatever you want. You could easily take it off too. I use a lot of washi tape so that you can move things around if you need. This is just a little bag, and I just clipped it on with a paper clip there. Just a little blank piece with some washi up at top. I kept this one blank. Here's a little manila envelope. This is just a little cut apart that I thought was super cute. I do have some kind of cut aparts in there. This was just a card, and you can open it and have like a pretty big space for journaling or whatever you want to do there. And then this also flips up here, so you could put something on the back there. This is a little pocket, and I have a tag in there right now. Another good spot for a photo. I love adding lined paper, so you can do journaling or you can cover it. Another little flap. Oops. And I thought this paper was super cute, so I just left it be. And then I added this little mixed tape here, or tape, I don't know why I said mixed tape. And I made it into a little pocket. This has sparkle on it. I don't think you can really see in the video. I love this little pocket so much. I don't know why, I think it's so cute. And I added this little journaling card that says vacay. It would be obviously fun to talk about a vacation that you had, or you could slip in like some menus from a vacation or whatever. You also could take this out and not use this as a vacation spot. This is another really fun piece in here. I sewed the sides and the bottom. Again, that's one of the details that I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera. I just hand stitched this all the way around, and then it's a pocket. But this is a pretty big pocket, so you could fit quite a bit in there. This is just a smaller piece. This is a vintage book page. Do you guys want to see how I use my junk journals? I do have a playlist using my first junk journal as my December daily. So you can check that out for now. But in the future, guys, if you want a tutorial or, I don't know, junk journal video where I decorate my own junk journal, let me know, because I do know that a lot of people are like, how do I use Smashbooks or junk journals? And to me, junk journals and Smashbooks are kind of the same idea. I know that realistically they're different, but I personally use a junk journal and a Smashbook the same way. They are different, but like a junk journal is supposed to be filled with all kinds of junk and mail and things that you've collected. I feel like a Smashbook is kind of the same way, but a junk journal, you're making the book with those pieces. And a Smashbook, you have usually a more blank book to start with, and you're putting the things in there. You're smashing them in there. I don't know if that makes sense. This is a tag and a little library card again on the back. And then this is another vintage page that I got from Lindsay at Vendable Fancies. I don't think she has a shop anymore, but she's on Instagram. I love these kind of tags because you can use it as a journaling card or kind of a prompt to help you out. And that's a little pocket. And then we get to the back here, and you guys, this is my favorite part, I think. So here's a little pocket. I made a mini little book. So I thought that this piece was super cute, and basically I sewed this small little signature or book up, and you can open it up, and whoops, I think a little piece of glue is kind of, yeah, there we go. So it's just some design paper, but I did add some little belly bands and so a little tag. So this is like a little pocket, and then these flip out. I think this is so fun, and this would be so perfect if you have Polaroid photos to just fill this up. This could be like used for maybe a birthday party or an event or something like that, where you know, fill it with your photos, and then you could just stick it back here. And there we go. And I've started binding these a little bit different, and I think I really like it because the part where it connects, it's on the actual inside, and I don't know why I wasn't doing that earlier, but anyways, it's a lot more smooth when you're opening it. So there we go, guys, and again, let me know if you want to see a video where I show you how I would use a Smashbook or a junk journal, and I will talk to you guys later.